Welcome everyone to session 9 of A Time to Harvest, the epic campaign for Call of Cthulhu. And where we left off last session was in Canada. But how did we get there? Well, we'd undergone some events in Cobb's Corners, Vermont. We'd uncovered some strange creatures that seemed to be lurking there and causing mischief. Then agents of those creatures seemed to infiltrate some of the students at Miskatonic University, and there was an attempt made on the school library to blow the front doors off. To what purpose, we have no idea. Maybe to damage the rest of the library, to set it ablaze, who knows. There was also...
Disgraceful!
I know, right? For Millie, that's like the worst possible thing anyone could have done for Millie. That's her library. Someone had also taken Professor Ashley Learmonth and had apparently removed the top of his head and removed his brain, as was discovered later the next day. And we know that some of our fellow students were there and most likely responsible for that as well. We were contacted by a man named Leon Pasquale, who was the attorney for a man named Michael Abelard, who was head of Federated Oil and Chemical. Now, Federated Oil and Chemical was a big donor to the university and had actually sponsored our efforts in Vermont to find information on this strange metal called Pasqualium, as well as to check with the local folklore for an anthropological study. Well, we met with Mr. Abelard, and he had a story to tell of his own. After flying us to Detroit, he told us that about 9 years prior, he was hiking in the Pyrenees with his son, and they were set upon by these strange creatures, which are the strange creatures that we have discovered in Cobb's Corners. And they ran, they fled. There was a fall which claimed the life of Michael Abelard's son and also left him paralyzed. And he has vowed vengeance upon them, putting the full weight of his financial empire into the hunt for these creatures. And we learned the name of these creatures. This species is known as Migo, or the fungi from Yuggoth. And he has a laboratory where we went down, and they had a recording that we could listen to of essentially an interrogation. He called it an interview, or at least his head doctor, Sarah Matherson, called it an interview, but it was more of an interrogation, where we could tell through the recording that they had tortured one of these creatures after it simply demanded food and would not provide the answers that they sought. We underwent a great deal of training with Federated Oil and Chemical, and we learned Michael Abelard's plan. He desires for us to return to Cobb's Corners, but this time with a strike team from FOC who will be our eyes and our ears and our muscle. They will come heavily armed, and the hope is that we will go to Cobb's Corners, continue on what we were doing before, interviewing the locals for folklore, but all the while keeping an eye out for these things. And if he can root them out and destroy them, that's his goal in life. And we have accepted this offer, knowing that these things serve no good to mankind and are only harmful. Well, he came across some information during our training that 2 bodies had been found in a small town across the border into Canada. The town was called Tuque, and these 2 bodies seemed to be homeless men, and the tops of their heads had been removed and their brains had been ripped free. And he felt that perhaps this was the Migo in Canada, and asked if we would go and investigate while he continued preparations to send us to Vermont. And so we undertook that. And we met with a man named Nicholas Thibault, who told us essentially the layout of Tuque. It's a very small town. There's a foul smell, and that's from the pulp mill in town. He gave us a contact with the local police to discover what we could about the the crimes. Julian DeGarmo was the policeman, and he told us the two men in question were Anthony Cornett and Nathan Roche, and that they could find no trace of the tops of their heads or their brains, and it seemed that, according to the medical examiner, a saw had been used pre-death to remove his upper scalp and cranium. He knew a little bit about Anthony Cornett. He was a mill worker who was laid off some months ago, but based on his condition, they felt he was most likely living in the streets. But there was a card on his body for a homeless refuge called the YMCFC. Basically the I can't think of the name of it now. The Young Men's Christian Fellowship Center. That was it. A place where, like we might have the YMCA, a place where young men could go for a bath and a bed and places, so they wouldn't need to live on the street. Now, he also told us that the other man, Nathan Roche, there was no identification on him, but there was a tag on his clothes that had the name Nathan Roche, and so they felt that must be him. And his body was found on the outskirts of some woods, and his brain and upper skull were also missing. No one in town seemed to recognize him. The police tried talking to some of the local homeless men, but nothing of value really came of it. They disseminated a sketch of the deceased, but no one has come forward to say they recognized him. In fact, we did find a police poster outside the station that had a picture of Mr. Roche. Now, we were not able to examine the bodies. Unfortunately, since there was no one to lay claim to them, they had been cremated. But he did give us the location of where those bodies had been found. And so we went to investigate one of those bodies. And I can take us to a map here. We had gone to find Nathan Roche's body, and his body was, or the scene, not where his body was, where he was killed, where his body was found. And it was a spot at the very southern edge of the road near where it stopped at a tree line, and we followed into the woods some tracks. It looked like something had been drug through there, and after going about 30 meters, about 100 feet into the woods, that's where we found a small piece of black cloth, a small strip, maybe an inch, 2.5 centimeters by maybe 5 centimeters, or by 5 inches, 10 centimeters, just a small strip of black cloth. But then the trail went cold, and this is where we left off, was in this little area in the woods where the trail had gone cold. Now, I had mentioned, because of our training that we had undergone in Detroit, that we could all add 25 skill points to our characters. So if you want to do that, you can open up your character sheet, and at the upper right there's a black padlock. It'll look like it's locked. If you click on that, it will unlock it. That will give you access to your skills, and you can add points to whatever categories you want to. And so you are all welcome to do that. You have 25. You can put them all in one thing or spread them out. Does anyone have any ideas for where they want to put these? Or I thought I'd give us some time to maybe discuss judicial uses of these points so that we don't all dump them into the same thing, but maybe make us a fighting unit.
I did think about it.
You did think about it?
I did. Alex, did you?
Oh, I was just going to say, I can't find my character sheet.
Let me tell you what, let me take us back to the landing page. That'll make it easier. I've got your characters on there. Now, can you open Marian?
Yes, I can. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if you open Marian, you'll see that padlock. You can unlock it, and then you'll be able to tinker with those. So, Tina, what were you thinking for Millie as far as those 25 points?
Well, we did use spot hidden last time, so I thought I might put spot hidden up by 5.
Okay.
Library use up by 5. Persuade up by 5, because they're all things I'm really good at, and I should be better. And then 10 to submachine gun.
Nice. Awesome. Do you want to go ahead and add those points onto Millie? And then when you're done, just click that padlock and it will lock your character sheet.
Okay.
What about you, Alex? Have you thought about where you want to put your points?
No.
Or Luke, have you thought about it? Or Henrik?
Yeah, definitely. I think Gerold, between having a mental breakdown, did most of his time practicing with like marksmanship. So I think that'll be the lion's share of my points.
Yeah.
Maybe a few in dodge.
And what about you, Henrik? Have you thought about where you want to put yours?
I was also thinking maybe some in dodge.
Dodge is always good if you don't like to be hit.
I might also put some in brawling.
Okay. And Miss Pick, have you decided for Arthur where you want points?
I know I want some in stealth.
Okay.
And I'm thinking also maybe navigate, because we've been in a lot of forests.
Yeah.
So it might be helpful.
And Alex, have you decided for Marian where those points will go?
Yes. So I think I'll do 5 each in handgun, rifle, shotgun, and some machine gun.
Nice.
Just, because. And then I think I'll give myself 10 in psychoanalysis, since that's still a 1. And I seem to use that a little bit. So.
Well, no, do you mean psychology or psychoanalysis? So psychology is used kind of like insight to determine, is someone lying or is that person crazy? Psychoanalysis is if someone is crazy and you want to try to talk them down, talk them out of it. That would be psychoanalysis.
Okay. All right, I'll do it in psychology then. Okay. That makes more sense.
Perfect.
Cool.
So yeah, and Millie, do you have a submachine gun? Let's see.
No.
No, I'll put that on there for you.
All right, I deleted mine, so perfect.
It will let me drag and drop.
Could be quite a team.
Well, let me grab it from here. It won't let me drag and drop that, but I've got it right up here. There we go. Perfect.
Oh, interesting.
Give you some ammo.
I changed my skills and they changed back.
Uh-oh, let's take a look at that. Yeah, everyone make sure your skills get locked in there.
Yeah, I'll change them again and see what I did wrong.
Mine seemed to have stayed.
Mm-hmm. Mine are good.
It's almost certainly me.
It's user error, I'm sure.
Yeah.
When in doubt, that's usually what happens with me. Perfect. Oh, nice. So Gerold has dodge of 60, rifles of 60, and first aid of 50. Excellent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have told Millie the story of how him and Professor Jebediah held the library. Gerold was like on a higher floor shooting out a window with a rifle, so felt fitting that that would be what he specializes in.
I think especially after seeing the success that you had, that would make sense. So, is everyone done with the skills? Is that all squared away?
I can't seem to get mine to enter either.
No, yeah. Every time I relock it, the skills go back to what they were.
Let me go ahead and do that. So, Jebediah, what skills were you putting yours in?
I was going to do 10 into handguns, 10 into brawling, and then 5 into dodge.
Okay. 10 into handguns, 10 into brawling, and 5 into dodge. And then let me lock it. Okay, there yours stayed. And then, Tina, is yours not staying either?
No, I have put them back in though, but I haven't relocked it, so because when I do that, they disappear again.
Let's see. If you click somewhere else on your sheet, like just click where it says skills or something, so you're not in one of the entry modes, and then try locking it and see if it'll keep it. Did that work for you? If not, I can do it for you.
No, it didn't work.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
That's okay. Let me grab that for you. So where did you want points, and I'll take care of that for you.
I'll put 5 into spot hidden.
Okay.
5 into persuade.
Okay.
5 into library use.
Okay.
And then 10 into submachine gun.
Awesome. Alright, then let me see if that will lock. There we go. Looks like that saved, I hope.
Yes.
Perfect. And for some reason we lost Jebediah. Let me get Jebediah back on there. There we go. Okay. Everybody got that taken care of then? Everybody ready to go?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perfect. Let's go back to Tuque. All right, so we are kind of right here on this part of the map, just up into the woods here near where Nathan Roche's body was found. Where do you go from here? It's probably 6 p.m. or so. It's dark, or quickly getting dark. It will be dark here in about 30 minutes or so. Where do you go from here?
Is there time to explore the other body site? We've only been to one body site, right?
Yeah, you could certainly go up. It would be dark by the time you reached where Anthony Cornett's body had been found, but you have flashlights and other equipment with you. You'd certainly be able to search.
I feel it could be worth it.
Are there cabs about? Perhaps we could hail a cab, and that would get us there a little quicker.
Give me a luck roll to see if you can attract a cab tonight. And if it helps, I can pull your character sheets onto this map.
For some reason, it is not letting me roll the dice.
Make sure your thing is locked. Is your character sheet locked, or is it still unlocked?
I believe it's still locked.
Let me take a look. Yeah. Maybe hit F5 and refresh your page and see if that helps. There we go. Oh, excellent. Yeah, so no problem. You're wearing nice clothes. You all look distinguished. You're able to hail down a cab relatively easily. And the gentleman in the cab speaks a little bit of broken English, mostly French. And I don't speak French, but he would ask you basically in French to where. And as he holds up a map of Tuque and points, asking where you wish to go.
Well, we could go to the Rue Elizabeth.
Oh, Rue Elizabeth. Oui, oui.
It's the nearest named street, anyway.
And he takes you up to the Rue Elizabeth, and he drops you off right about here on this intersection with the Rue Goyen and the Rue Elizabeth, which is very near to where Anthony Cornett's body had been found. From here, you're also not far from the YMCFC that you had found the card on that young man's body, or the police had found the card with his body to the YMCFC. If you go to the site of Anthony Cornett's crime scene, Rue Elizabeth runs along the eastern side of the city. It's a long road of two-storied homes and various small businesses. The marker that the policeman showed you on his map, it lies about halfway down the road at a section where woods press into the city, and it doesn't require a tracking roll to detect a heavily walked path leading into the trees. About 20 feet into these trees, it stops at a small clearing filled with footprints, and you can still see remnants of cigarette butts, and there's been a lot of traffic here. This could be the site where the police came to investigate. That would explain all these footprints and perhaps even the cigarette butts. But let me have Millie give me a spot hidden roll.
Goodness me, don't they know anything about keeping the scene of the crime clean?
Oh, it looked so promising. Do you wish to push that as you're studying these tracks and looking at this filth that someone has left here, whether it was the police or not?
I think it's probably important, so yes, I will. Push. I'm not that good at spot hidden.
Oh,
Way, nice.
You got it. You see two things. One, that you notice some of those cigarette butts have lipstick on them. Ooh. And two is that there are some strange indentations, tracks in the clearing's northeast corner. They're small, maybe 4 or 5 centimeters, 2 inches or so long, and they come in pairs, almost triangular shaped. And give me a natural world roll, Millie, as you see these tracks.
All right. I will also say to come on, you young ones, bring your eyes over here, please.
In fact, anyone that wants to can make a natural world roll to study these tracks.
Might as well. Not that he's any good at it.
Right.
No. Oh, Arthur. Oh, well, I mean half.
I will push. Oop.
Yeah, I think Millie's got the best chance.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
No.
I hate watching the dice go to a good number and
then roll
Yeah.
off. So you think, oh, this looks familiar, but no, then it's gone. But the more you look at it, the more you wonder if this is animal. Maybe it's animal tracks. It doesn't look like anything man-made.
perhaps get a little notebook out and just do some little drawings of what I can see. Really, I don't know what could possibly have triangle-shaped feet, but I'm going to do some little drawings here.
Give me a library use roll as you do those drawings. Having seen books on natural history and perfect. Yeah, you know you need to have something for scale, and so you're sketching this out as correctly as you can. The depth, the length, the breadth, all of that information on there, and kind of a rough sketch of how the tracks are headed. But they seem to be kind of haphazardly moved through here. It looks as though if this were an animal, it has tromped through here multiple times.
Has it come over the top of the footprints of the police, or was it there before? Like, who's trodden over who?
It looks like the police have trodden into these tracks. So the police presence was here after these tracks were made.
Okay.
Let me have Gerold give me a listen roll.
Oh dear.
Do you want to push that? You hear a sound. It sounds like maybe the snapping of twigs, but you're not sure.
Yeah.
You turn your head and
Gerold's feeling a little. He doesn't. We wouldn't be carrying around our guns, so Gerold's a little alarmed right now. So I think he might be trying to pay special attention. Oh, just
nice. And you hold up your hand to motion for everyone to stop what they're doing, and you listen, and you hear it again. It's the snapping of twigs. It sounds like it's just outside the range of your flashlight, maybe 30 feet, 10 meters away from where you are, and it's deep into the woods, heading up towards the mountains.
Oh, it's going away.
Yeah, I think Gerold would gesture that and see if anybody moves up with him. He's unarmed.
I, of course, have my derringer and so on in my carpet bag. So, perhaps I could take it out and hand it to him. There you go, Gerold. I know it's not as exciting as your usual firearms, but you might like to use it anyway.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate the classics.
Now, is this like a pearl-handled derringer, like
Yeah,
a little lady's
yeah.
pistol?
It is, yeah.
It is, absolutely. It's a little old lady's gun.
Awesome. Is it engraved? Does it have any engraving on there? Personalization?
No, I don't think it does. I don't think she's close enough to anybody to have been gifted an engraved derringer.
Nice. Excellent detail there. Gerold, do you go towards that sound?
Yeah, well, I don't think he has an excuse not to now.
Make make an intelligence roll for me, really quickly.
Uh-oh. That could be a double-edged... Oh, wow.
Perfect. Okay. As you start to move towards that sound, are you being stealthy, or are you trying to make noise and frighten off whatever might be there?
I think, yeah. I mean, we're kind of almost like, in Gerold's mind, we're almost like lawmen. I don't think he's trying to sneak around this town. If anything, he's trying to like make sure whatever it is knows we're here.
Yeah, you're here to investigate, a murder, and you probably don't want to be skulking around in the woods, in case the police might draw attention onto you. And you have a reason to be here. And as you begin to push forward, Arthur, do you follow?
Um,
You have a fear of woods, correct?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm gonna stay behind, actually.
You stay in the clearing where you can kind of keep the woods at arm's length.
Yeah.
Does anyone stay with you, or does everyone go with Gerold?
Yeah,
Or
I
does
would
just
stay
Gerold
with
go?
Arthur.
Marian will go with Gerold.
What about Jebediah?
No, don't worry, Arthur. I'll stay here with you.
Thanks, Professor.
So Marian and Gerold, as you push into those woods, Marian, you give me an intelligence roll, please.
Yes. Oh, it's so close.
You recall seeing tracks in Vermont. And I'm going to post a picture. If you don't recall, there was a moment where you had all discovered some tracks in Vermont. And seeing those tracks now, you are reminded of that. And do you recall what those tracks were made by?
No.
One thing that comes to your mind is that strange crab claw that Julian had found in the river that I believe you guys took home and ate. And those creatures made tracks like this. Although those were substantially larger, these are quite small.
Oh.
Do you point this out to Gerold?
Yeah.
And Gerold, you would recall those tracks in the mud. I think it was Robert Blaine that had found them, but many of you had seen those tracks. In fact, they were outside the house at the McLaren farmhouse, going into those sugar maple woods. And when you see those tracks, you feel a cold sweat begin to overcome the two of you, Marian and Gerold. And let me have both of you give me a sanity roll, please.
My favorite part. Oh, yes.
Yes. There we go. Okay.
So Marian, you don't lose any. Gerold, you will lose 1 point of sanity. Since you failed the sanity check, you need to have some sort of little outburst. You can drop something, you can scream, you can laugh, you can cry, you can wet yourself, but some sort of involuntary reaction. What would that be for Gerold?
Yeah, I think, as seems to be his style, he's clutching that pearl handle real tight, and he lets out a real nervous chuckle. Well, we've found it. I think maybe we should go back. We've scouted.
And Marian, what do you think of this? Like, have you found it? And you see him getting a little bit agitated.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just like, yes, we saw what we came for. Let's get back to the others.
Nice. And do you back away from whatever is just there in the darkness in the woods, or do you turn and go back? Like, are you being cautious, or just getting back as quickly as you can?
I think caution, probably. I wouldn't want to turn my back on it if we know there are, like, monsters in there.
Marian, give me a listen roll.
I'm envisioning, like, the gif of, like, Homer Simpson walking, like, back into the hedge.
Perfect.
Oh, good one.
As you begin to back away, you hear more of those sounds of snapping of twigs. It's something stepping on dry brush in front of you. And then you hear this clatter of something banging into a tree. It sounds like branches clanging together, and then you hear the sound of friction, something being rubbed up against a tree, and it sounds like some sort of animal or something. And those sounds are getting closer.
Oh.
Oh boy. Well, maybe we should run, Gerold.
Ooh.
Do you run or do you continue to back away slowly?
Gerold hasn't heard that necessarily yet, so I think he's still inclined to not want to turn his back.
Yeah, all you hear is the beating of your heart in your ears.
Marian is like, I think we need to move faster.
Well, please, ladies first.
And she's like, okay. And she's gonna turn and run now. Like,
as Marian, as you turn to run, there is a sudden burst of action in the woods just in front of Gerold.
oh
And
no.
Gerold, you see something coming through the woods. Your hand holding the flashlight is shaking, but you can see it gleaming off 2 pinpoints of reflected light as this form, roughly as tall as you, begins to rapidly push through the brush. You've got a moment to react before it comes into view fully. What do you do?
I mean,
Do you fire your gun or do you run?
I think,
Like a
I
warning.
mean, not even a warning shot. I think he would just try to shoot it before he flees. But yeah, I think like if you've got a split-second reaction like that, he would just pull the trigger. He's already aiming.
Nice. Let me give me not from the combat, just from your skills. Roll your handgun score. Your handgun skill.
Oh yes, the fun part.
It may ask you to target something, but I'm not going to have you target it. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. That is a success. Now you can keep the success. You can also spend luck. So you can spend 8 luck to make that an extreme success, which would be an impaling strike. It would do maximum damage. Or you can just keep the extreme success and deal damage with that Derringer.
Ooh, you tempt me well. I love the idea of him just terrified, just firing in fear and just managing to hit well. It's 8 luck.
8 luck. Yep.
He's already pretty low, but you got me. You got me. I'm in.
Nice.
What an offer.
Roll 1d6. That's the damage of your weapon.
Oh yeah, I could have just automatically increased my luck or done the thing on the chat bar, couldn't I?
Yeah, that's okay.
I just changed it on my sheet, but all right.
Math is math.
All right, what was I doing? Rolling.
1d6 is the damage for that Derringer. Oh, sweet.
Oh, it's a
Awesome.
fine
Nice.
piece.
There's a bright flash in front of you, and the whiff of burning smokeless powder, and something falls at your feet, nearly running into you. It's thrashing on the ground, and as you shine your light over it, well, let's jump to everybody else. Everybody else out in the clearing, you just heard a gunshot not far away, and you see Marian running into the clearing, her eyes wide, and there's no sign of Gerold with her.
Gerold? Gerold!
He's back there.
I definitely start going towards it. Not having anything attack my students.
Nice. What about Jebediah and Arthur?
Yes, Arthur, come on. We ought to go and see what's happened.
Oh, gee, Professor, I don't know.
Jiminy Jillikers, Professor. Do you do anything, Arthur? You do. I mean, you don't have a weapon. You have spells at hand.
That is true. I do have spells. I guess I have to go help them.
Give me a sanity roll, Arthur.
Oh boy.
You'll have an involuntary reaction, and you'll also lose 1 point of sanity. What is your involuntary reaction? I'll mark off your sanity.
Okay. Well, I think since I already have like an underlying fear of forests, and I know that something like bad just happened and there's something scary over there where everyone else is headed, I think I would head the opposite way.
So like back to the city?
Yeah.
The safety of the streetlights?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone else charges towards Gerold except for Arthur. You sprint back, and when you get back to the first street there, you can see a few people standing out there. Give me a spot hidden roll, Arthur. These are, based on their shabby dress, these are homeless people. Looks like two men, both kind of older, probably in their 40s or 50s, and their clothes are grimy. Their skin is dirty and grimy. They've got scraggly beards and long greasy hair, hidden under hats that have seen better days, somewhat moth-eaten, and they come towards you. Are you okay? What was that sound?
Oh, yes, I'm okay, but my friends are still back there, and I think something bad happened to them.
What happened to them?
Well, I don't know, but we were standing in this clearing, and then my other friends, they went to investigate something, and then they fired a gun, and I think they might be in trouble.
Do you not know that a young man was killed here not long ago?
Well, yes, we know. We were trying to investigate what happened.
Oh, this is not good. Give me a fast talk roll, Arthur.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
That was close. Do you want to spend 7 luck, or do you want to push that?
I think I'll just spend the luck. It's close enough.
As you talk to them about this, they look at you and say, "Do you have any money?"
Oh no.
Oh. I don't have any money on me, no.
Well,
I think I might have a coin, maybe.
what? How much is it worth?
Oh, I don't know, like 1 cent.
Well, you are having worse luck than we are, my friend. You look hungry. You look cold. There is a place for people like us who have no money. It is the Christian Fellowship Center. There's a place you can go there, and they will give you food and a place to sleep. And I knew the young man that was killed here. He was quiet. He was here for a few months, and then he went to stay with that priest. We never heard of him again. But look, if you need a place to stay, we can take you there tonight.
Oh, well, I thank you, but I think I should wait for my friends.
You have friends. Do they have money?
I don't know. I don't ask my friends about their financial situations.
Oh, this is sad for us, but look, what have you got in your pockets?
Oh, Arthur will kind of pull out his empty pockets. Maybe some dust flies out or something.
Let's see what you might have. Under your gear and cash, you do have a compass and a little atlas, and you do have a little bit of money. In fact, you have $7 on you,
okay.
If you want to give them money, or if you want to try to pretend like you have nothing. You could give me a sleight of hand roll to kind of turn out your pockets while hiding whatever is in them.
Sure. Oh boy. Oh no.
So you turn out your pockets, and a few of your dollars fall out of your hand and land on the floor, the paper money. And they're like, you have lied to us. You're holding out on us.
But I didn't know I had that much money on me.
Look, how much do you have?
I'll pick up the dollars that fell out and I'll display them to them.
I'll say there's maybe $4 fell out. Look, you have 4. That is 1 for me, 1 for my friend, and 2 for you. That is fair, no?
Well, why would I give you my money?
Because we are trying to help you.
Well, how are you helping me?
We tell you of a place you can go for food and shelter. And we need money too. If we all share, we all have.
Well, maybe you could answer some questions for me first.
What questions?
Well, you said this person that went missing. He went missing after he went to this priest. Do you know if the other missing person went to the same place and went missing after?
I don't know. I don't know this other man. And then his friend says, "Oh, I know the gentleman. Yes, he came to town a while back looking for work. I saw him and another one of us. His name is Mickey. Mickey, he come into town a few weeks back, and he's usually over at the train yard. I saw him and Mickey. They were together, but I have not seen Mickey for a few days now. Will you find him at the train yard?"
Okay.
So, how about that money? I need cigarettes.
Well, okay, but just one more question. What do you know about this priest? You know, what kind of reputation does he have?
The priest? Well, he runs the homeless shelter where we stay, and you can go there. Father Dubois will take care of you. He asks for donations if you can provide, but he's a good man. Every now and then he takes a special interest in one of the young men, and that is, I'm afraid, what happened to our friend Anthony Cornett. I'm afraid he went to the priest's house. The house is over on the Rue de Coteau. And over there, well, we never hear from him again.
Has this happened before with any other young men, or just the one?
Look, are you the police?
Hey, I'm giving you money after these questions, guys.
There was another. Some months back, he come into town looking for work, and he stay over at the center. And Father Dubois asked if he want to earn extra money by doing repairs on his house. And so the young man went and did repairs, and I assume he got a job elsewhere using the money he got from the father. Took the train to Quebec or some other city, and from there he fell upon better times. But the two of us, Harold and Joseph, there is nothing for us here in town except for cigarettes and snow and the icy cold wind that is coming soon. So, how about that money?
Okay. Thank you for all your help. And
Are you
I'll
coming?
give them maybe $1 each.
As you give them the money, they hold it close and say, "May God bless you, son, and may you have a safe stay in La Tuque. Now, go see to your friends."
Thank you. And I'll go back into the woods.
All right, let's go back into the woods. So, everyone is charging towards Gerold. And Gerold, you just fired a shot and something came crashing down at your feet. And give me another sanity roll, Gerold.
give me a sanity roll as you see that it was a child playing in the woods.
I was wondering about that.
Oh, no.
Now, as it comes crashing down, the first thing you see is a set of, it looks like great claws reaching out for you. Long, slender fingers, sharpened nails coming at you. And then as the smoke clears at your feet, you see the thrashing form of a deer. A buck that's flailing on the ground. You can see the bullet hole just above its right eye. A portion of its skull has been blown apart. And those death throes that it has right now are terrible to watch.
Oh, dear, well, I do hope it's this legal deer hunting season.
What does everyone do when they get there and they see Gerold has killed a deer?
Well, oh dear, Gerold. Did you get a fright? I think it's always a good idea to wait till you can see the whites of their eyes before you actually shoot.
You hand the Derringer back to Millie.
Yes, definitely. I think after he shot it, he was like almost just holding it out with 2 fingers, like just trying not to even have to touch it. Well, you may be right, madam. Thank you. I will be sure to check next time, although, admittedly, we did see those footprints. I don't feel it is safe here, nonetheless.
And as you look at the deer's hooves as his body steams in the cold air, his hooves look about the same size and shape that could have made those footprints.
Ah, yes, well...
None of us are trackers, I suppose.
No. I didn't get a chance to go back to my library books and check what those hoof prints were.
But you have some wonderful drawings of them now.
Yes, I do. Apparently the Migo don't have feet like a deer, or this was the deer. Why was it coming towards you, though?
I tell you, it was, yes, straight line right for me, like it charging me down. That's not very deer-like, is it? Well, they're not the smartest creatures. I was shining a light.
No. Can we look carefully at the deer with our torches and see if there's anything unusual about it? Obviously being careful of the rack.
Yeah, you can give me a spot hidden roll or a science biology roll. One will give you one clue, one may give you another clue.
I'm not too good at biology, so I'll have a go.
Does anybody have a knife? Maybe we could try to, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like first aid, give it like a I don't know the term.
Misery.
Well, I think it's pretty dead. Autopsy, I don't know what you call it. See if its internal organs are normal.
Just wait till the police show up here. Hey, we heard a gunshot. Oh my goodness. What are you doing in the woods?
It was making a lot of noise for a deer.
Yeah.
So,
it's nearly 16.
It's kind of tough, Millie. This deer is, I mean, it's pretty messed up. There's blood and clumps of bloody fur and brain matter here and there. Marian, you spot something. It's got some strange bumps on its skull, kind of near its antlers, that don't look normal. Not that any pictures you've seen of deer, any live deer you've seen, you haven't noticed these extra bumps, and you see that its tongue is also very blotchy.
Oh. I think she'll point both of them out to Millie. Be like, "What do you think this means?"
Oh dear. Yes, that might explain. Are any of us very good with a scalpel? I think we need to take some samples of this.
Could do a medicine roll to get some adequate samples.
Have a 1 for medicine. So.
Same.
Oh.
If not, you can do a first aid, and if you get a hard success, you may get something that will be usable.
Worth a try. Maybe it's a disease. Might have read about it somewhere. No.
Oh dear.
So as you
Not
start
too bad.
carving
at first
in,
day.
are you taking samples of what tissue on this deer?
Got its
So there's
tongue
something
off.
by the horns. Oh, the tongue. The tongue's probably better. It's easier to cut off, isn't it? Yeah.
You get the tongue off, about half of it. There's still much more of the muscle that goes down into the throat to facilitate swallowing, but you get this bloody tongue off in your hand. And looking at it more closely in the light, it's a little bit repugnant because it's still warm and still feels like you feel the heat of life leaving it as it cools in your hand. But it's the blotchiness, you see it's pustules. They're small, like little blisters, and some of them have popped, and there's a strange pussy material coming out. This deer was clearly not well.
Yeah. Perhaps do touch it with your fingers.
Yes, I will be sure to wash my hands.
I definitely have a bottle of hand sanitizer in my carpet bag.
As you clean your hands of this, did anyone attempt a biology roll?
Got a 5. I mean, I wouldn't try it because I've already done the other thing. But does anybody have more than a 5? I'm just curious.
I've got a 9.
Ooh.
Let's see what Millie can do.
All right.
Come on, Millie.
Come on, Millie. So not.
I'll let you push that though.
Does Cthulhu have a working together mechanic?
Yeah, so you get a bonus die.
Consistent.
Something about the way the dice roll in this game that you really get hopeful and then you get your hopes dashed.
Like, stop rolling.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let me have the professor. Let me have you take a look at it, and if someone wants to assist you, you can have a bonus die on that biology roll.
Well, could I perhaps make this an anthropology roll? I have dissected mummies from Egypt. Perhaps this is no different.
Yeah, I will allow it. So, in your dissections of mummies, you would have likewise presumably have dissected a live, or not a live human, a cadaver. Let's not go there. A cadaver, and you would be somewhat familiar with pathology, especially as pertains to mummies, because they can still use the mummies to determine what causes of disease and whatnot. And you know that there is a condition in animals. It's called wasting disease. They didn't know back then what caused it. Nowadays we know it's a prion. It's the same thing as like mad cow disease or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, but it's caused by this little protein called a prion that infects the brain. And deer and sheep are especially susceptible to this. And you suspect this might be basically that wasting disease. And you know,
Don't eat it.
Yeah, one thing you know, it's absolutely can transfer to a human if you consume it. If you eat that prion, it'll go into your own brain, and that's where we get Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. But also, it makes the animal very aggressive.
Yes, well, Gerold, I would suggest that you discard that tongue. Definitely not worth keeping on you.
Oh, yes. Well, is it some kind of illness? It's not an alien, no?
I don't wish to worry you, but yes, it very well may be diseased, and not a pleasant disease at that.
Well, see, I wasn't worried. It relieves me. I feel a little more justified in shooting it immediately. It was definitely attacking me. It was crazy.
Yes, I fully agree. I think it was a very good thing that you were such a dead-eyed dick as well. Got it right above the eye. So perhaps, is anybody worried that somebody might try to eat this then? Should we perhaps drag it off into the bush or something and throw some branches over it? Or
Well,
do I need to let the police know?
Yeah, Arthur arrives about this time. He comes in and sees you basically doing some sort of half-assed autopsy on a deer. Arthur, what would you say? No one else knows that you met. What were their names? Harold and Joseph.
I think I might like turn to the side and start like
Heaving.
But yeah, after I get that all out, I'll go up to the group and I'll tell them I might have found some sort of lead to this one missing person.
Would you also at all be concerned that homeless people might find this deer and try to eat it?
Yes. I fear it may be best to just report it to the authorities. Something will find it. It may spread to the wildlife. What if a person's dog finds it? Be it sorrow.
Oh, yes, we mustn't let the doggies suffer.
So what do you do with that deer tonight? Do you drag it back into town? Do you bury it? Do you leave it?
Wildlife might dig it up. I think we should probably bring it back, but we will look so psychopathic.
Oh, by the way, here's the tongue as you hand the tongue over.
I wonder if there's somebody in town who is in charge of finding, animals that a train might have hit or something and disposing of them.
Yes, would there be a fish and game officer in town?
Very likely, because there are some significant waterways in town. The Saint Maurice River, there'd be a big fishery there, so there's likely a division of wildlife resources or fish and game in town.
I take out a piece of paper and write, "Do not eat diseased animal," and put it on the deer. And then I say, "Right, let's go find a fish and game."
And you write that in English?
Yes, I would have to write it in English.
Maybe we could try to burn it. I don't know. The thing is, we are in a foreign country firing off guns. It may be a politically bad look as well. Dilemma, indeed. Well, I apologize, but it had to be done.
You leave the note on the deer with the intention of notifying the authorities. They're likely not there tonight. They would have gone home, but in the morning you could let them know what you had found.
Yeah. I mean, for all we know, every second deer in these woods has got it, so it may come as no surprise to anybody.
True.
Now, Arthur, you mentioned having a lead. What was your lead?
It was the priest that runs the homeless shelter.
Good old Father Dubois.
Could I make a psychology check to see if I can pick up some of his concern, or see if what his encounter might have worried him?
Please do. Well, you can push that as you look at Arthur, and he looks a little bit shaken, but you think maybe it was the woods that might have done him in, or seeing this deer being dissected on the forest floor.
Yes, Arthur, come here, have a small cigar. It'll settle your nerves and it'll open your lungs, help you get some of that fresh air, yes? It's good for you.
Oh, thank you, Professor.
Now, have you ever smoked before, Arthur?
Definitely not.
Give me a Constitution roll.
9 out of 10 doctors recommended.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, as you draw that in, you let that cool menthol smoke just billow down through your lungs, open up your passageways, and as you breathe out, you feel that sense of relaxation washing over you, and you find that you're also not quite as hungry as you once were. These magical contraptions could be the key to a long and healthy life.
And now Arthur's addicted.
Yep. Arthur's a 2-pack-a-day student now.
Oh no.
Now, it's probably 7 p.m. or so. It is dark. Where do you go from here? You do have rooms at the local hotel, or you could continue your investigations. You still have a few hours before most folks would be in bed.
Perhaps we pop down to the... What's it called? The YMCFC?
Yeah. Why not?
We're right near it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go to the YMCFC. So the Rue de Coteau is a street of large two-storied terraced brick houses, all with stone steps leading to the front door. The Young Men's Christian Fellowship Center is at number 12, and it stands out from the other houses as it has 3 down-and-outs sitting on the stair rolling dice. As you approach, these 3 men are uncommunicative, but they look at each one of you, seeing your nice, clean clothes, and look back down at their dice. They're not blocking the way, but you would have to move around them to get to the front door.
Come on, young men, out the way. Get some manners about you.
Give me a persuade roll, Millie. Nice. Oh, sorry, miss. Didn't recognize that we had a grandmother among us. And begging your pardon. And they stand up and take their hats in their hands and bow low. And one of them kicks the dice kind of off into the bushes. I'm afraid if you're looking for a place to stay, this ain't no place for the likes of you. You'd want to go somewhere much nicer. However, this is a place for us brothers that don't have no other place to stay.
Oh, yes, no, I'm not going to be staying here myself, but we are trying to find out what happened to your companion, Anthony Cornett. So we've just come to ask some questions of Father Dubois. Can I hand out some coin and say
absolutely.
Something like, now please get yourself something warm to eat tomorrow.
So bribes work wonders with these men. You give them the coins, and one of them says, I'll go get the father. Wait right here. And pretty quickly, Father Dubois comes out. And I think I have a picture of Father Dubois.
From a cash point of view, did I give them $1 each, $2 each?
Probably a dollar or two would have been ample.
Okay.
Oh.
So there is...
He looks really sane, doesn't he?
There is Father Dubois. Let me grab my paper here.
That's a good beard, though.
So Father Dubois is he's a huge, burly white male with a wild-eyed look about him, a look of religious fervor. He wears a black suit with a white priest's collar. He's got long ginger hair and a full beard. Very imposing character. He has a broad French accent, but he speaks English very fluently. And welcome to the YMCFC. It is late. I'm afraid there are no visiting hours to speak of, but I'm afraid this is for men only, my dear. And he looks at Millie and Marian. You see, this is a place for young men who have fallen down upon hard times. However, if you're looking to make a donation, we would gladly accept this.
Yes, of course. Our employer may perhaps give a donation. it is wonderful the work that you do here. We are sent to find anything we can about what happened to Anthony Cornett.
Anthony. There are so many men pass through my doors. I'm afraid I do not recognize the name.
Yes, I understand that. Sometimes I have so many students in a single day. It is the young man that was found, unfortunately deceased in the forest.
Give me a psychology roll, Millie.
Perhaps a donation would help your memory.
Yeah, did we get any money from Mr. Abelard?
You did. In fact, you got some money from Thibault, the man that met you here. He would have given you, I think it was like $500 in Canadian money.
What?
So you have money for the investigation if you need to bribe or obtain anything. With your successful psychology roll, Millie, you can tell that he doesn't like this line of questioning. Young men that disappear, no, we are here to rehabilitate and help young men. I'm afraid...
Yes, of course. I'm sure your establishment is beyond reproach. And here. I remember that my employer did give us some money to use for certain things that we feel are worthy. So perhaps $50 would help you take some stress off your mind and help you remember a little more of Anthony. Did we ever see what he looked like? Did we see what he looked like?
$50, you say? I don't think you have any information on what Anthony looked like. He was younger, I think, is all the information you had. They didn't have any pictures or anything of him. The only picture you have is that the handout 17A that is the flyer for Nathan Roche.
That's right. I believe that he perhaps went to your house for a little while, so perhaps that might help you remember which of the young men he was.
My house? No. It is... No, we do not take the young men to the house. We only here. I'm afraid that would be improper for a priest to have a young man over at the house. I don't know what you insinuate, but your money
I was not insinuating at all. I mean, look at me, please. Do I look like someone who insinuates?
Well, of course.
I heard that you have them sometimes come and learn a trade, perhaps for painting and things like that at your house. So I had not. I mean, something like that wouldn't even cross my mind.
Well, we do try to teach them a way out of their situation. So I have had young men work here at the center, but never at my house. No.
Well,
And with your psychology roll, you get the sense he is being very defensive.
Yes, he would, on the whole. Could we perhaps talk to some of the other residents here, just to see? We need to know a little bit more about him. We know that he didn't come to harm here. He was in the forest. So we are just trying to find out what happened to him. And surely you were worried about your young charges here, that something might happen to one of them?
Yes, look, the night is cold. Please, come inside. I cannot take you up to the dormitory, but you're welcome to come into the main hall. Let me take you to a map of the YMCFC. So he will take you into C, which is the main hall. And first you go, so the front door is right down here. You go in there, you go through the hall. It's a large oak paneled room. It has a door to the left that leads to an office. There's a little plaque that says Father Dubois. And there's a lot of chairs in this room. And he takes you through to C, to the main room. This is also oak paneled and has a large oak table at its center. It's illuminated day and night by a chandelier as there's no windows. Right now there are quite a few vagrants seated around a table eating the food that has been prepared for the dinner meal. There's also a few sitting around playing cards. There are two doors in the north This one leads to a bathroom, and this one is the kitchen. You can see a few men coming out carrying platters. Please, you are welcome to share a meal with us if you would. It is, after all, dinner time. I would not have you come in here and leave unhappy. Your donation will be put to great use. So please sit. And there's a large table. There's room for 3 of you at that large table. There's also a bunch of smaller tables where any of you could go and sit. There are probably half a dozen or 10 homeless men of various ages. Some look like 18, 19 years old, all the way up to elderly.
I nudge the others and go, "Split up, see what you can find out."
Mm-hmm.
Let me, to facilitate, let me just pull some character sheets on here, or tokens, so you can access your character. Where does Gerold go? Do you want to sit at the main table or sit at one of the smaller side tables? Or do you sit at a table with men playing cards, or do you sit by yourself?
Who's like currently at the main table? Like the priest, or?
So that's where Father Dubois will sit, is at the main table, and there's room for 3 others there. There's 3 empty chairs. There's also 5 homeless men sitting there eating, looks like spaghetti and a little bread roll and a small glass of milk.
I think Gerald would probably gravitate towards the main table. Yeah.
As you sit down, there's a man next to you, and from 6 or 7 feet away you can smell him, and he smells very bad. Smells foul, like he's not bathed in quite some time. But as you move in and sit down, he looks at you and gives you a warm, welcoming smile. He says, "Oh, hello, brother. Come on in, the food's fine." And passes you the small little butter tray so you can butter your roll. What about Marian? Where do you sit?
I think Marian would not sit at the big table. I think she would just branch out to find one of the smaller ones.
Okay. There's some empty tables or tables that have other gentlemen sitting at them.
Yeah, are there any tables with kind of like the younger guys? Because I think she wants to talk to them.
Yeah, you find there's a couple of tables, one that's got 2 young men, probably early 20s, a little bit younger than you, but they're very welcoming as you move over, and they kind of whisper, "You came in with Father Dubois, right? Because we're not normally allowed to have women in here."
Yes, well, you know, these are special circumstances.
Ah, so you've given money then?
Yes, quite a bit, and we may give more before the night is over.
Oh, well, thank you very much. This place has literally saved my life.
I'm glad to hear it. Have you ever gone over to the father's house, perhaps to paint or learn a trade?
Give me a roll for that. Let's do charm.
Okay. Oh my. It's 115. Ooh.
They look at each other and they're like, no, of course not. And they kind of give each other a little side eye. You can push that charm roll if you want.
Yeah, I'll push it. Marian is just like, you know, I know it's a strange question, but we're looking to open up one of these back where we come from, and, you know, the more information we can get on how things operate here, the more helpful it will be.
Okay, go ahead and push.
We will push. Oh, slightly better, but still
Still an improvement. They say, well, that would certainly help out other young men in our situation. We've never been to the Father Dubois' home, but that's not to say it doesn't happen. And the other one elbows him. Shh, quiet. No. And they look and say, I'm sorry, we cannot help you with that.
Oh, that's, that is okay. Do you have any friends who have been over there who maybe I could talk to?
Well, there was someone a few weeks back. Anthony, he was a good friend, but he hasn't been seen for quite some time, and I don't think we will see him for some time. I think he left town. That's what the word on the street is. And give me a psychology roll, Marian.
Haha, we put some points into that.
Yes, we did.
We'll see if it's enough.
It is. Yes, it's enough. Sweet. Yeah, they're clearly lying to you.
Marian is like, oh, come now. I've seen those posters around town. I do know that someone named Anthony was found dead around here. It's not really a secret.
Yes. Well, we think it might have been maybe one of the other residents here, but we don't wish to lose our spot here. You see, it's very hard to get a spot here and keep it, and so we do whatever's asked, and we don't cause any trouble.
So, she'll lean in closer and be like, so do you think someone asked a resident to kill Anthony?
Well, I don't know, but look, how to say this? Don't ask too many questions. You don't want to know the answer.
She'll nod and just say, but one more. Do you know what was Anthony doing at that house?
And they look at each other. Whatever the father wanted.
And Marian will just say, well, I hope you lads enjoy your dinner. And is there like a biscuit on the table or something?
Yes.
She may just slice half of a biscuit and just grab that and bid them adieu.
And they look at each other very nervously, and you can hear them speaking to one another in French, kind of excitedly. What about Arthur? Where does Arthur go sit?
I think Arthur would also find an opening at one of the smaller tables, maybe.
There's a small table that's got kind of an older, balding man, probably early 50s, and he's a little bit paunchy around the middle, and he has tucked a napkin into his shirt to keep his shirt clean as he's eating spaghetti. And he's a little bit messy because there's splatters all over the napkin that he's got tucked in. And he looks at you, and he's got a mouthful of spaghetti. Sit down, please.
Oh, thank you, sir. And I'll sit down.
You are not like us. You wear nice clothes. You smell good. You just hungry like the rest of us?
Oh well, I can say I do have quite an appetite, but no, me and my friends here are just visiting with Father Dubois and giving some donations to this place.
Well, bless you. This place does much good for people in our situation, but it does not run for free. Everything costs money. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, yes?
Oh, yes.
No, I mean, will you scratch my back? And he
Oh.
turns his shoulder towards you.
Okay.
As you scratch, your nails scrape along the crusted outer layer of his clothes, and you see little plumes of dust and dead skin cells pop up as you're scratching his back. And he leans into you. Oh, it's very good, yes. And you pull your hand away and look, and under your nails they're just black with grime.
That's gross.
You are not eating. Come, eat. Yeah. You want me to scratch your back now?
Oh, no, I'm okay. Thank you, sir. I did want to ask you some questions, though.
You do not mind if I eat while you ask?
Oh, of course not. Go right ahead.
Are you going to eat that roll?
It's all yours.
Oh, he grabs the roll off your plate and begins to shove it into his mouth. Ask your questions.
Well, I had a talk earlier with some of the young men who I think have been in this place before, and they told me some interesting things about the priest and how he has taken some of the young men who come here to his house.
Eh? What were the names of these young men?
Oh, I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
To his house? Look, you look like a good young man. You have your life ahead of you. You should not worry about these things. Look, Father Dubois, he makes sure we are all fed. We do not go hungry here. We have a roof over our heads. Maybe there is a price we have to pay for this. I don't know, but I know this is better than being on the streets, especially as winter arrives.
Well, if you do have any information, your name won't be attached to it. You scratch, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, right?
You did scratch my back. This is how I scratch your back. Come, lean in close. And you can feel his hot breath as he leans in towards your ear. And as he speaks, there's little flecks of spaghetti sauce and bits of partially chewed pasta that splatter up against the side of your ear, all up along your collar.
Okay.
Because he still hasn't swallowed. He still has a mouthful of spaghetti. Look, if you get invited to the priest's house, well, it is said to be a great honor. We all must pay the price for the benefit we have here. But the last few that go to his house, they not come back.
Well, what do you think happens there?
I think he finds them work, and they go work somewhere else. Or perhaps they just decide that they have had enough of this life, and they go to another town, find another Father Dubois. Give me a psychology roll, Arthur.
Oh.
Do you want to push that?
Yeah. Even worse.
Look, you want to scratch my back a little more? Maybe I can scratch yours too. You do something for me, I do something for you, yes?
Oh, well, what do you want me to do for you?
Well, there is a fellow here. He is up in the dormitory now. He steal from me. You go and let him know not to mess with Pierre, that Pierre have friends. He leave me alone. You do this, I help you.
And if I do this, what could you do for me?
Anything you want. I tell you whatever you want to know.
Okay then.
If you want, I can arrange for you to go to Father Dubois' house as a special guest.
Well, alright then.
You go tell man upstairs, Pierre, he's not to be trifled with.
Okay.
You'll know this man. He got big, black beard, curly hair. You cannot mistake him, for he is missing an eye. His name is Gabbard. Tell Gabbard not to mess with Pierre, or else. And then I will help you however I can. What is your name, handsome?
My name is Arthur.
Arthur. Nice to meet you. And he puts his arm around your shoulder. You and I, we good friends, Arthur, yes?
Oh, sure.
Yes. Now eat your spaghetti before it get cold. How about, Jebediah? Where are you?
Well, I think Jebediah likely would have turned in for the evening.
So you would have not gone into the YMCFC, gone back to the hotel?
Yes, I think he would have gone back there for the evening, and rather than go to the YM, what was it, CFC?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you do anything on the way or when you get back to the hotel?
I think he's likely keeping his eyes open as he strolls back to the hotel, but otherwise I think he would rather wait for morning before he takes any more action.
Give me a spot hidden roll. As you head back, you notice there are a lot of homeless people in town. Every street seems to have a few vagrants, either sitting up against the side of a building, or a few huddled around a small barrel with burning wood in it for warmth. Even in the nicer parts of town, there are homeless people everywhere. You count at least 20 walking from where you are back to the hotel. And when you get to the hotel, you're the only one there in your room, but you get checked in. It's nice and comfortable, and you can spend the evening however you wish. Let's see. Gerold, have I gone to you where you sit?
Yeah, I believe so. I was sitting next to that fellow who generously got me situated. I'm at the main table.
Oh, that's right. And so Millie and Gerold are at the main table.
Millie, I think, would go over to the card players.
Oh, excellent.
And say, well, how about it, young fellows? Would you like to deal me in here?
Oh, of course. And,
I'm a dab hand at bridge.
Bridge? Oh, we know this game. Excellent. And they begin to deal out cards. And do you strike up a conversation while cards are being played?
I absolutely do.
Give me a charm roll. Oh, just missed
Push
it.
that. Oh,
You are
should I
not trying
push it,
to
or should I
steal.
use some luck?
Yeah, you can spend 9 luck on that, or you can push it.
I'll push it. She's pretty good at this, technically.
Ooh.
Not very charming, apparently.
They immediately sense that you are you're better than maybe what you let on with cards, and they're like, she is. You have to be careful of this one. She will rob us blind, and they all kind of chuckle to one another. But eventually, one says, "Grandmother, why are you here in this place? You should be somewhere nice. This is not a nice place for someone like you."
Well, I'm probably tougher than I look, but, could you tell me, is there someone called Mickey who's staying here?
Oh, Mickey. Yeah, we've not seen Mickey for quite some time. He stays over at the train tracks. He was here for a while, but he found this not to his liking.
Yes, because I believe he was if not a special friend of Anthony Cornett, then perhaps a companion for a little while.
Yes, they knew each other very well, but Mickey, he has a bit of a temper. So he was told to leave this place. But Father Dubois, I have never seen him so angry at Mickey. He raised his voice. We hear shouting, and we are all appreciative of Father Dubois. We will do nothing to cause any disturbance in what we have here. Mickey, he was out of line. He should not have said what he did.
What did he say?
Perhaps it is best you do not hear these things, grandmother.
Well, could you perhaps censor it in some way and just give me the gist of what he said?
Yes, well, Mickey accused Father Dubois of inviting young men over to his house for the evening. Not as dinner guests, but as, well, for a sleepover.
Ah, yes, I remember sleepovers from my girlhood. They were much fun, and we ate things we shouldn't, and so I'm sure it was something like that.
It is not this kind of sleepover.
Oh, okay. Tell me, do you like barley sugar? And I will get some barley sugars out of my carpet bag, and I will also make sure that I lose whatever we're betting. If we're betting coins or whatever, I will make sure I lose, so that everybody at the table gets a little bit extra.
Because you're doing that, I'm going to give you a check mark on your charm skill. You failed the roll, but you are being incredibly charming towards these men, and that warrants a check mark on there. You let them win the money as they begin to play, and you can see they want to steer the conversation away from Father Dubois. They would much rather talk about happy things and
yes, that's fair.
Joyful things, but they do enjoy your company a great deal.
Yes, I think I would talk to them a little bit about perhaps any happy memories from their childhoods and things like that, and just keep tucked away in my mind the thought that we need to pop over to the train tracks and see if we can find a Mickey.
Excellent. So, Gerold, you're at the main table with Father Dubois, correct?
Yeah, I believe so, and like a couple other fellows.
So, Father Dubois gives you a nice smile and says, "So, young man, tell me your story, how you come to La Tuque."
Oh, yes. Well, I suppose I don't want to get too off the bush, but my benefactor is a man of business, and he's sent me on a bit of a tour while I take a break from my schooling, and so we were in town. I couldn't help but notice the plight of poverty here, and yet this fine facility has been good to see, so of course I had to come check it out as a young man of faith. It's a good thing you do here, it seems.
Give me a fast talk roll. Nice. He says, "Oh, this is very interesting to me. You are very smart, yes?"
I'm young, and I think what was it that one philosopher said about the wise man knowing that he knows nothing, but I'm well studied.
Have you ever heard of phrenology? It is an art that much like reading one's palm, but you can determine one's future by the irregularities of our skulls. When we are children, our sutures they fuse and leave bumps and markings in our skulls, and I would wager that your occiput is greatly enhanced. Yes?
I don't know if Gerold would know what this is, but he would definitely pretend that he knows what it is. Oh, yes, I've done some reading on this. To be honest, I'm not well studied in it. There's, conflicting feelings among scholars, but I've always wondered.
Give me an occult roll. Excellent. As you express this to him, he says, "Oh well, the reason I ask is because there are many men who come through here, and most are down on their luck. They lack the education, they lack any refinement, but you are clearly a refined individual. Of course, I do not believe in such things, but it is said that that the indentations, the markings on your skull can tell us a great deal. Please, may I please touch the back of your head?"
Well, I've not heard about it being very invasive, so I'm...
Oh no, it's simply like a little massage, a little touch here to feel the lumps and the bumps on the back of your head.
Well, yeah, sure, yes.
He reaches out his hand, and the fingers kind of roll through your hair, through your slightly curled hair at the back of your head and neck, and you feel at first it's a gentle touch, and then it's firm as he gently squeezes and cups the back of your head. Yes, you are very smart indeed, or so they would say. But if you ask me, the easiest way to tell this intelligence is simply to speak with you. Now, some of these young men here, you cannot even carry conversations with them, but you are very smart. Tell me, you mentioned your benefactor. He is very wealthy, yes?
Yes, well, he's well connected with the, northeastern socialites, as it were. He's an important man, more influential than wealthy, but as you know, I'm sure influence is good as well.
Give me a spot hidden roll. As he's talking to you, he's dabbing at his pasta sauce with a roll. Go ahead and push that for me. As he fixes his eyes, his gaze on you, and he has this intense religious fervor as he's looking at you. Oh, perfect. And he's looking at you, and he says, "You could do great things in your life. Very great things." And then you see him with your spot hidden roll, you see him lick his lips.
Well, I've certainly been lucky to be well educated, and I'm an ambitious man. I'm sure I will indeed, but a man of faith saying this, that is, you're kind. Too kind.
Look, I have some books at my house. Perhaps you would be interested in them. They would be wasted on the young men here, and I do not have time to read them. Would you care, after dinner, to accompany me just quickly to my house, where you could take possession of these books and perhaps enhance your understanding of this phrenology?
Well, you're incredibly kind to offer, and I am a man of much reading, but I come with a study group. I could not leave them, and especially this late. Perhaps if you want to leave them here, I could pick them up in the morning.
Oh, I would not leave them here. These men here...
Oh, yes, well...
Yeah, I would not trust
I didn't
them
think,
with
of
these
course.
things. It would only take a short time. We could go now, if you like.
I am embarrassed to admit it, but I've already been in some trouble with my education, so I wouldn't wish to push the rules any, but truly, you're too kind.
Ah, well, what a pity. And he throws his napkin from his lap, he dabs his mouth and throws it down on his plate. If you will excuse me, I'm afraid it is after our normal hours when we take visitors, and so I must ask everyone who does not have room here to leave for the evening. Please come back tomorrow for breakfast. I thank you very much, all of you, for your generosity in joining us, but please, if you would allow me to show you out. And he rises up from his chair and begins to walk towards the front door. And give me a psychology roll there, Gerold.
Yes, I can do.
He is not happy. You can see a little bit of redness, kind of the tightness in his jaw as he's clenching his teeth. You have clearly offended him.
Yes. I think if not for that tongue-licking, like, lip-licking thing, I might have been more inclined to pick him up on that offer, but... oh boy.
Arthur, do you go up and talk to this man upstairs, Gaspard?
Sure.
Or do you follow everyone else out?
I think I would make a quick stop upstairs before I leave.
Give me a roll. I'll give you a choice. This is to see if you're spotted. You can either do a luck roll, or you can do a stealth roll.
I'll do a stealth roll. Okay, really?
Do you want to push that roll?
Yeah.
As you get up and begin to head towards the stairs, so you go from room C into room E, and there's a door that leads up into the stairs. As you go to duck into that door, Father Dubois says, No! You cannot go up there. That is for those who live here. Please, I must ask you to leave.
I'm sorry. I was just going to pay a visit to someone I saw earlier.
And he looks you up and down like he's looking at a menu.
Well, okay.
And he says, Well, let's not be so hasty. Perhaps you can stay and visit your friend just for a short time. You can find your way back to wherever you are all staying, yes?
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
Well, if your friends wish to leave you here, I see no reason why you cannot stay.
Oh, it'll just be a quick visit.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure we should leave him here on his own. Can
Yes.
I say to the father, Father Dubois, perhaps we might discuss a little further another donation?
And he kind of looks at you and he blinks a few times. Donation? Yes. What would you like to give?
Well, perhaps we would go to your office and discuss it. I don't feel that I'm in any threat from him.
Yeah, he's not really giving you, other than wanting the money, he's not seemed to giving you any other interest.
No.
He says,
So, I just want to hang around, and I kind of give Arthur a bit of a look, like a little bit like, scream if you need me, kind of thing.
Please come into my office then, and
And I could bring the other two with me as well.
yes,
The two
yes, of
still
course,
here? Yes.
of course. So his office is D, right here. It is decorated with green wallpaper and a thick carpet to match. There's a desk flanked by 2 empty bookcases, with illumination from a window in the south wall for the daytime and an overhead electric light for the night. On the desk stands an oil lamp, an ink blotter, and a pen. There's a couple of newspapers and a phrenology head, which maybe you've seen. It's one of those little, looks like a mannequin's head, and it's got the little markings all over the skull, almost like a reflexology chart on the foot where you would push to make things feel better. But it's like almost like a map on the skull of certain areas and certain points. And
we don't know what Arthur's doing, right? But I just don't feel like we should leave him alone in this building.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
What with the predatory nature of Father Dubois. And
now, while you're in there discussing that, Arthur, are you going to go upstairs?
Yes.
Does anyone go with Arthur, or do you all go into the office?
well, that's true. Someone could go with him.
What do you want, Professor? I'm happy to do whatever.
I think perhaps, Gerold, you should go. I'm not sure that Marian should go up there.
Well, I think it would have to be Gerold because they don't let women up.
They likely
Yes.
would not. They would.
Oh,
they
yes.
would balk if Marian went up there.
Perfect. I will escort. Yes, we'll go along together. Wise. Yes, thank you.
As Millie and Marian discuss this further donation, Gerold and Arthur, you go up the stairs, and there is there's a series of dormitories here, and down here at the end of the hall, there's several beds, and that's where that Pierre told you that Gaspard would be. And the door is shut to that dormitory.
I will knock on the door.
Entrez, you hear a man say in French.
I'll call out and say, hello, I'm looking for a Gaspard.
Who wants to know?
Well, we are friends of Pierre, and he would like us to give you a stern talking to.
Oh, give me an intimidation roll. Pierre has no friends.
This is gonna be terrible.
Can Gerald help? He'll be like, well,
Yes.
you're wrong about that. We're friends or something. Just let him know there's two people
So
here.
with help, you could have a bonus die on that.
Yeah, he's also terrible.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Got it. Okay. He says, Pierre, friends? What the hell are you talking about? And you hear shuffling around in the room, and the door pulls in, and you see this sweaty, greasy man standing there. He's got that black curly hair and big bushy beard, and that scar running down the side of his face. One of his eyes is milky white. Who are you? You are the muscle that Pierre sends?
Well, yes, and our friend Pierre would like us to tell you to leave him alone and not steal from him anymore.
And are you going to stop me?
Well, I can certainly try.
And he takes
Yes.
his hand and he puts it over your face like he's palming a basketball.
Oh no!
Pushes you into the hallway. What do you do?
Well, that didn't make me feel very good.
Shoot him.
Shoot him. I think Arthur might try to use a spell on him.
Ooh, which
Oh,
spell?
good.
I think the Will of the Warlock.
Now, have you cast this one before?
I did, yeah.
You did, yep.
Yeah.
That's the one you did in the train station.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to make a casting roll. You can just cast it. So in order to cast this, this will bend the will of the target to that of the caster. You'll make an opposed POW roll with the target. If you succeed, it will obey the commands without exception until the next combat round concludes. So hopefully you can do something that makes him reconsider that you're not just an easy pushover.
Mm-hmm.
You can, to cast this, it'll cost you 1 sanity point and 1 magic point. Do you want to cast it?
Yes.
Okay, let me get it up here. So let me, all your magic points should be at 9, and you'll lose a sanity. Okay, what do you command? What is your instruction to him?
I will command him to take his hands off me and throw himself to the floor.
Okay, make a power roll. I'm going to roll for him. So he needs to be...
Oh no!
Oh, what?
No.
You can push it. He needs to beat a 40. And he does
Oh,
not.
that's
Oh.
Okay, so you still failed. And so he takes a step back as you command this in a loud, resounding voice. And he pushes your hand away, and he's going to try to punch you in the stomach.
Oh.
Oh no, not Arthur.
So you have the option here. You can try to dodge, or you can fight back.
I'll just dodge.
Okay, roll your dodge score. He needs to beat a 25, and he does. In fact, that's a hard success.
Okay.
All right, you get hit in the gut for 3 points of damage. I'll mark that off on your hit points. It's your turn. What do you do? He just slugged you right in the gut. And Gerold, what do you? Let me give Gerold an action. What do you do after this initial round?
Well, I mean, inclined to follow Arthur's lead, but actually, I think he'll try to step in and be like, "Whoa, that escalated quickly. Listen, we're friends of this fellow, wealthy friends." And Jared would like pull out, I don't know, like an obscene amount of money, like $20 or Canadian dollars or whatever,
Nice.
and just try to bribe this guy. Basically, we'll pay you for whatever you stole from him. We're happy to help, and everyone ends up happy and not fighting each other on the floor.
Give me a fast talk roll. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. With an extreme success, he takes the money and he sneers at Arthur. Get out of here, little pig. Next time, just bring money. In fact, if you come here again, you better bring $10. Or else. And he slides his thumb across his throat in a slitting gesture. Gaspard is safe now, or Pierre is safe now, for 3 days. Then he must pay me again. Or you can come pay him as well.
Gerald kind of looks at Arthur and shrugs, like he's going to follow your lead if that's sufficient. But Gerald is the type of guy where he would go down and then say, "Yeah, okay, you're safe now. We've paid him off for good, and then we're going to be out of here in 3 days."
Right,
so,
yeah. So whatever
not
happens,
my
that's his
problem.
own deal.
Yeah.
Arthur, how do you feel about that?
Well, Arthur's kind of like whimpering on the floor right now, so I think he'll just go along with it.
Gaspard shuts the door, and Gerold probably helps Arthur back to his feet, and you head downstairs. And as you come downstairs, you see the door to Father Dubois' office open, and he is ushering out Millie and Marian after having made some financial agreement to a large donation.
I think I've just said I've looked at his books, I've looked at his daily costs, his monthly costs. I've kept him as busy for as long as I can, and then I've said we will speak to our employer and about perhaps a regular donation.
Well, give me an accounting roll
Thank you.
if you're looking through his books.
I was. Ooh,
And
I'm
maybe
quite good at
open a
accounting.
women's center.
Right?
Ah, good idea.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, so you look through the books. You see where, more money could be better spent and where costs could be cut. And he is actually very appreciative of the benefit that you have offered. And as Arthur and Gerold come down, Father Dubois says, "You have met with your friend. You are free to go." And he will take you out to the door, and he will thank you all. As you walk out, let me have Gerold and Arthur give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming they let Pierre know too that they.
You let Pierre know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get punched for nothing, so.
Yes.
Ah, nice. So both of you notice Father Dubois eyeing you up and down. He's giving you the once over, and you can see a look in his eye of almost like a predatory animal, like stalking a sheep, like a wolf going after a sheep. And then he shuts
give
the
him
door. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think I'd give him a steely-eyed glare, like, I look at, and I just kind of look at him like, I don't do that, the librarian point, like I'm watching you, but I kind of just give him a squinting sort of a stare for a minute.
He actually wilts under your stare. He knows that
Good.
you cannot be easily persuaded. You hold your own, and so he actually looks away when he senses your eyes on him. Goes back in, shuts the door. You hear him clap his hands. Everyone, to bed, now! And then you, let me have Millie give me a listen roll.
He's not going for my boys.
Whoa!
Oh, critical success. With a critical success, you hear him say, Pierre, you and I must talk. Tell me what you know about that young man. And that's where we'll take our break.
I will be talking to Mr. Abelard about this man, but it may not be in the way that he was thinking.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a break, about an 8-minute break. When we get back, we will hopefully finish up Chapter 3.
Ooh.
So I will see you all in about 8 minutes.
My fate is unspoken. charged through the open gate. The flame of the dragon tried to seal my awful fate with a handful of dice. 5 times I rolled 20. The dragon goes down. The DM plenty. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a naval caper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice and my fate is unspoken. The king honored me with a mighty crossbow. It's blessed by the elves, he said. I thank him and I go. The life of a hero, struggling to stay alive. It's worth all the hardship though, 'cause now I'm a level 5. Level 5.
All right, I am back. Is everybody else with me? Or anybody else with me?
Lucas, hello.
Oh, Luke's here. Howdy, sir.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Alex. I see Tina unmuted. Are you there? Yep.
Yes, I
There's
am.
Tina. And Henrik, are you with us?
Yep.
Excellent. So hopefully that was delightfully creepy. Luke got his head stroked by Father Dubois. Poor Arthur. I don't even know what happened to poor Arthur. Arthur had some guy whispering sweet nothings in his ear, and then he tried to cast a spell and got punched in the gut. And at least he's likable and endearing. So we head back to the hotel where we're staying at, and we can have a good night's sleep, unless there's anything anyone else wants to do that evening. Arthur, you're going to recover your magic point. You get 1 per hour recovered on that, and then your hit points is 1 per day if you don't have a major wound, so you'll go up 1 hit point. Anything anyone wants to do that night before going off to bed?
Did Pierre end up telling me what he knows?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. So before we got kicked out and before we heard Father Dubois want to talk to Pierre, you went and told Pierre that you'd taken care of Gaspard And Pierre says to you, "Look, let me tell you about Father Dubois. If you go to his house, it is au revoir to you. You will not come back. I do not know what happens. I have never been invited to his home. I pray that that never happens to me. But if I refuse, he will kick me out. I will be on the streets. There are many men on the streets tonight because they do not wish to come here. But for those of us who like to eat and stay warm and dry at night, we put up with Father Dubois and his idiosyncrasies. So I urge you, since you have no need to be here, do not go with him to his house."
Okay. Thank you, Pierre. You've been very helpful.
"And have you. I can now go to sleep without fear of being punched in the stomach."
Yeah, for 3 days at least.
"For what?"
Oh, thanks, Pierre.
Oh, yes, thank you. As we go to sleep, Millie, you have a dream. You are back in Orne Library, not in the morning quiet or the evening hush, but during your beloved afternoon hours, when the sunlight through the tall windows turns the dust motes to drifting gold, and the bustle of students gives the place its proper sense of purpose. You set your cart beside the circulation desk, smoothing the front of your cardigan. Everything smells as it should. Old paper, floor polish, the faintest tang of printer ink. There are books to be shelved, returned items piled high. Pure bliss. There is order to be restored. You hum to yourself as you begin, placing each volume with the neat, practiced motion of someone who had done this for more than half a lifetime. Poetry to its section, naval history to its shelf, early modern agriculture. Well, why is that here? Let's move that to its proper place. Everything is as it should be. Then you notice something odd. One book refuses to sit correctly. It is a heavy, dark blue volume with unfamiliar sigils on the spine. You do not remember checking it out or receiving its return. Curious. Most curious. Books do not simply appear in your library. When you pull it from the cart, the air around you grows noticeably cooler. You brush your thumb over the embossed sigils. They tingle faintly, like static. The title is not in English, nor Latin, nor any catalog script that you recognize. But you just know, this is the same book you once borrowed from Armitage's restricted section, that puzzling book of Ibon, the one with that ridiculous tale of a city of archives beneath the Australian desert. You frown. This doesn't belong here. Behind you the lights flicker. You turn and the library is empty, not merely quiet, but abandoned. The sunlight outside is extinguished in a way that makes your stomach knot. The stacks stretch farther than they should, corridors doubling in impossible ways, aisles bending into new geometry. The building seems larger and wrong. Your cart is gone. The book remains in your hands. It vibrates, almost purring. Your breath catches. "Absolutely not," you whisper. "This is my library." A sound rises in the distance, rustling, like hundreds of pages turning at once. At first you think it is only wind between the shelves, but the sound grows, multiplies, becomes deliberate. Footsteps made of paper. The aisle ahead of you darkens. Books slide from the shelves, not falling, but drifting out as though pushed by invisible hands. They hang in the air, open, pages fluttering, words peeling off their surfaces, letters bending into shapes that look disturbingly familiar. They turn into those sigils from the blue volume, the ones that stung your fingertips. They form a circle around your feet, glowing faintly blue-white, like moonlight through ice. A whisper curls through your ears. Keeper, you would enter our ranks, but you are not yet invited. You freeze. The voice is not human. It is not even singular. It is a chorus of books speaking with one mind, one weight. From the far end of the aisle, the shelves begin to move, shifting sideways, sliding together, closing off escape routes. The library is reorganizing itself, and not for your convenience. You clutch the blue book to your chest. This is not proper. This is not orderly. The whisper returns, sharper now, as though the very bindings of the library are twisting to form the words. Turn back, Millie Pilton. Do not follow the young ones. Their path leads below. Below is not for you. The shelves slam shut behind you, hard enough to shake dust from the rafters. You stumble backwards and bump into something soft. You turn. There is a figure made of pages standing behind you, a tall, thin, human-like shape, with its face an open book. The pages turn themselves, forming different expressions with every flip. It reaches a hand towards you, fingers long, sharp, and flexible like quills. We keep what is kept. We store what is stored. But you keep too much, and you seek that which does not wish to be found. You try to scream, but no sound comes. The air around you thickens, smelling of mildew and old glue. Your vision swims. The sigil on the floor pulses. The figure leans in close, its face opening to a page. Turn away. Leave the searchers to their fate, or we will reshelve you where you cannot be found. The blue book in your hands snaps shut, hard, and everything collapses into darkness. And Millie, I'm going to have you... Look, that says Arthur Finch, but that's for Millie. Click on the chat, that little sand loss box. And then click on the sanity check, 71%. Oh, nice. I'm going to apply 1 point of sanity loss to you. You come through relatively unscathed. When you wake up gasping, how does that dream make you feel?
Well, of course, the loss of order is horrifying to Millie, and but also seekers, keepers. What is it? What is a keeper? Why am I not ready to be a keeper?
Yeah, you have
if
felt
I
like
keep
you
too
have
much.
kept this knowledge, but maybe there's something that you are unfit to keep. Maybe some knowledge is best left locked in Henry Armitage's restricted section.
Yes, that book should never have been out. The book of Eben. Certainly he would have been horrified to think that it was in the main part of the library.
Absolutely.
And
you know that you would have been chewed out.
Yeah, if it had been me, but I didn't take it out. Yeah, so I feel like she's just very disturbed. But she also perhaps is aware that was particularly designed to upset her, like somebody else wouldn't necessarily have been upset by that same imagery of all the books being tossed about.
Yeah, it seemed targeted to you.
Yeah, so there is a little, perhaps a little cynicism in there as well, like, yes, very well targeted. So,
after a short breakfast in the hotel cafeteria, you've got the day ahead of you. where do you go? How do you continue your investigations? Or you probably meet up with one another and talk about the events and what had happened, and have you come to any sorts of conclusions?
Well, I do think we need to go and find Mickey, if we can, about the railway.
I'd like to go to the priest's house.
Yes, Arthur. What were you able to discover?
Oh, Professor. Well, last night, this man I met, Pierre, he told me that the people that are invited to the priest's house usually never come back.
Oh, well, sounds most dreadful.
Oh, yes, it does, Professor.
I knew something was off. Creepy fellow.
Yes, absolutely not. He's not taking his responsibilities properly. I feel that he is taking advantage of those who are vulnerable.
Well, and do you think he may be working with the Migo? Perhaps he's connected to that cult. Gerold, I know you had done a particular amount of research on that. Does anything there seem to connect?
Well, I will say I've not much information on the cult, but we heard reports that there was it the same thing that was happening, that their brains were being removed. It seems to me that this guy, well, I'm no detective, believe me, but I at this point would say there's probably not alien interference. I think there is just a man who has a certain taste for humans.
And as you say that, you can feel his fingers still on the back of your skull, where his fingertips rubbed and felt the little lumps and bumps at the base of your head.
Well, I suppose I would investigate wherever you think would be most useful to us. I was rather tired, so I simply returned to the hotel to turn in for the night, but I trust what you found will prove useful.
Where do you wish to go first? Do you want to go to the rail yard or to go find the priest's house?
Do we want to go when the priest's not there or when he is there?
Probably
we'd have
when
guns.
he's not there.
But yeah, it probably would be best.
Yeah.
Mm.
We could go find Mickey and see what he has to say, and then if he says more about the priest being suspicious, we could go check out his house.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, and that would give him time to go back to work for the day, perhaps.
So to the rail yard first?
I think so. As long as
Yes.
everybody else is okay with that.
Yes,
You,
agreed.
you young ones, I don't think you should be alone with that priest, let me just say.
Yes. Yes.
As you would easily be able to find a cab here. It's near the police station, kind of the central part of town. You take a cab to the train yard, and it's in the northwestern corner of the city. It's a grim and dusty area filled with freight cars lined up along the scores of tracks. The train cars form a veritable maze, so much so that you may have a hard time finding your way around there. However, there is a series of gates and fences. You'd need to slip through the fence or climb over in order to gain access to that.
Well, Millie, this is your area of expertise. How would you recommend we go about this?
Parkour!
You mean old lady parkour? Look around for where someone might have cut a hole in the chain link fence around at the bottom level.
Oh, give me a spot hidden roll.
Because there's no way I'm climbing over.
Give
Nope.
me a luck roll as well, Millie. Nice. As you are looking, you spot an approaching group. There's two rail workers. They look like they're wearing security clothes, and they walk up and say, "Hello, I'm afraid this is private property."
Yes. We certainly had no intentions of trespassing upon the private property. We had heard that there were perhaps some people who were down on their luck who perhaps were coming about this area, and we were looking to, as you can see, we are a committee that is looking to help such people.
Ooh, give me a charm roll. He says, "Well, there are a few people here that could fit that description. Is there someone in particular that you're looking for?"
Yes, we did hear tell of a man called Mickey.
Mickey, oh, well, he's not here anymore. He was here for a time, but, well, that priest, Father Dubois, came and collected him one day. And we let him in. He's the local priest. He said he was come to help some of the downtrodden. Said he had room for them at I assume the center where he lives. Mickey, he did not go easily. I think Mickey was in his cups that day, and in fact he put up quite a struggle, but the father, well, he's a stern man, and well, he has the force of God behind him. He grabbed old Mickey by the scruff and dragged him off to get him washed up and into a better situation.
Oh dear. Well, perhaps, is there another in there that you perhaps feel could use a little help?
Well, it's unfortunate that we had one. I'm afraid he fell asleep on the tracks not long ago, and, well, a train must have come by. His head was, well, grisly, split in half. We didn't find the top of his head, though.
Oh, do you know what that person's name was?
We just called him Alan. I don't know if that was even his name. I just heard some of the others call him that, but, you know, these folk, they haven't family, they haven't an address, there's no contact information. Most of them are just passing through.
Yes, it's a very sad situation. There seems to be a lot of it for such a small town here. Do you have a theory about that?
I do, actually. I think that the services offered at the Christian Fellowship Center, I think, are a great boon. And I think that word gets around that there's a hot meal and a place to stay there if they're willing to do a little work. And, well, it seems to draw them in like flies. I think our town would be much better without it, but until we can solve homelessness and hunger, well, I'm afraid that's just a fact of life.
Yes, I believe that my readings would show that there are better ways to care for people, but thank you very much for your help. I look at my colleagues and say, do you have any other questions you would like to ask these kind gentlemen?
Well, in that case, may you have a splendid day, and I hope your stay in Tuque is beneficial. If you want to do good for some of the downtrodden, you should seek out Father Dubois over on Rue de Coteau.
Thank you. Yes, we will do that.
Wonderful.
So as we walk away, I say, so Mickey is not at the shelter. Mickey, we were told that Mickey was at the shelter, at the train tracks, but Mickey is not there, and they believe that he was taken back to the shelter. So I'm a little worried for Mickey.
It sounds like he may be at the house.
Yes.
Do you go over to the house now?
Yeah.
Is it about time for someone to be at their job?
It's it's probably 10 o'clock. You would think Father Dubois should be at the YMCFC. You could stop by there first and make inquiries. Just make sure he's there.
I think that would be a very good idea.
Yeah.
So you can cut straight across this side street all the way over to Rue de Coteau. And as you approach the YMCFC, there's a few people sitting out front, and some of them recognize you from the night before, and they wave at you and tell you if you're back for breakfast, they're sorry that you have just missed it.
Well, that is okay. We are staying at the hotel. Has the father arrived yet today?
No, he's running late. He should have been here some time ago. From what I've heard, he's gone after one of the men staying here. Wandered off in the night, and the father's gone to collect him.
Right. Thank you very much. I turn to the others, and as soon as we get out of hearing, I say, "On your bike, people! We may be able to save Mickey."
Yes, we better. Yes, definitely. I may grab my rifle if we've got the time.
Yes.
If I can ask, who went missing?
Oh, Pierre. Wonderful fellow. He just left, went out late last night, I think for a smoke, and, well, we haven't seen him since, so Father Dubois said he would go and find him. He's probably out looking for alcohol or some such.
So it's not Mickey that's currently in risk, it's Pierre. Or is it both?
It could be.
Now, do you ask where Father Dubois' house is? So you know it's on this same street. The men could point it out to you.
Okay, yes, thank you.
So they point just down the road, and the house is near a. If the YMCFC is down here, the house is up here, kind of at the top of the street. So it's not far. A few minutes walk.
If we don't have our weapons, we need to go back for them, probably. I would have my submachine gun in my carpet bag, however.
Awesome. So you'd have time to go back and get your weapons. By the time you get back here, there's a chance that Father Dubois has returned. Or you could push on to the house if you feel like you need to be armed.
I could hand my derringer over again.
A generous offer, but not very good with the handgun, in truth. I just got lucky.
What say you, everybody? Speed or caution?
I know Jebediah's a wicked good shot. I'm happy to stand behind him, but I won't really be of much use.
Yeah, anyone that has a pistol, you could have easily brought that with you. A rifle, you probably wouldn't be carrying that around town, but you could go back and get it. You'd have to have a good reason to have that, or the police may stop you if they see you with it.
Too long to fit in my carpet bag, sorry.
There are deer in the woods.
Well, perhaps could bring my shotgun. We could always saw off the end of it.
Got it down his professor's coat.
So do you go back for weapons?
Right.
I think that Jebediah's all right with his just his handgun for now.
So you have
I think perhaps speed is important.
So you have a 38, or if anyone has like knives, you could easily have a knife with you. Rifle and submachine gun, you'd have to go back and get. You wouldn't have just carried that around.
Oh, I didn't have it in my carpet bag.
Give me a luck roll, because you have specified that you're carrying your carpet bag.
I have it. She's always got a carpet bag. Nope.
Oh, nope.
Nope, I left it back there.
It's heavy.
All right.
Probably didn't want to carry that around town.
But I do have my derringer.
Perfect. And Arthur has his spells for whatever they do.
Nothing lately.
Arthur, you have your determination, and that's all that we need.
A stern glance is enough to frighten off anyone. Do you go to
I
the
do feel
priest's
that if
house?
we,
Sorry, go ahead.
yes, I think if we go back to get weapons, by the time we get back, Pierre may be dead.
Yeah.
You're probably
Let's
right.
just-
I'll just wait outside and alert you if anything happens. Me and Arthur can talk anybody away.
Oh yes.
It would be a great service you would be doing.
Well, I have my Swiss Army knife. Perhaps, Arthur, you could carry this, or Gerold, or Marian, one of you want
Ew.
to use this?
I'm not one for getting up in somebody's face with a knife.
You guys
Is
are
that
acting like
even
you're
a
going to
scam?
have to go like guns blazing into this place. It's just a priest.
This guy is in Jill's mind. This guy is like a brain-eating cannibal. So
He's so
Yeah,
crazy.
this is true.
he is not going there without a gun.
I do also have my automatic in here, my pistol as
Yep.
well. I've got the 45 as well. So if anybody else feels like they need a pistol, please just wave a hand at me and I will pass it over to you.
Yeah, Millie is packing.
this. Gun
Millie's
carrying
packing.
librarian.
It amuses me too much to think about her as this little granny with lots of guns.
With a Thompson
many guns.
submachine gun in her carpet bag.
Yeah.
Next to her little supply of Werther's candies and.
Yeah, she's totally got Werther's.
As you head up towards the house is on the Rue du Cardinal Léger, which is this side street kind of that comes across and meets up with the Rue de Coteau. Number 5. And after heading past an unkempt garden of long grass and weeds, there is a small looking house. I have a map of this. Let me grab it. Copy your tokens. Put those on there. Move Marian down so we can see the writing. Perfect. Are you being stealthy?
Oops.
If you're being
I mean,
stealthy, you can give me a stealth roll. And you can have a bonus die on it.
Shall we try to creep up? I think it might be a good idea. If we don't let him know we're coming, we may catch him in the act.
There's no reason not to try and be stealthy.
Well, you all are terrible at stealth. That's probably why.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah. We are a big group of people too. It might not be.
About there we go.
A little suspicious.
Not one of you.
What?
That's okay.
Oh, Arthur.
Arthur, look at that. So Arthur, do you approach first, or do you want to sneak around the back of the house while others go to the door?
I could maybe walk around the house and maybe have a peek in the windows.
So give me a spot hidden roll. Nice.
Nice.
So the windows are covered up with drapes on the inside,
Okay.
but they're also kind of dirty. On the outside of the house, it's in dire need of paint and some carpentry work. You can see some rotting timbers, and the roof needs to be redone. Clearly, this house needs work. Now, you've heard stories that men have come to the house to try and do work, but this house has not had any work done on it at all. As you're nearing a window, you see a shadowy shape move past the drapes. You can't quite see him, but you can see light and dark. And you see something move kind of past the drapes, and then you hear a loud thump sound, as though something heavy was just dropped. What do you do with that?
I guess I would go back to the front and tell them that there's definitely someone in the house, and that I'm hearing some strange noises.
Let's say you were over here by this window. So not only did you hear a thump, but then you heard a thump, 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 as though something was being dragged up the stairs.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And everyone else is here near the door. The door is locked. It will need to be picked or broken into.
Who's good at sleight of hand? Anybody?
Not me.
Anybody good at lock picking?
I've only got a 10. What would we need to have? Would we need strength to bash the door down?
So you
It's
can
not going to
do-
be quiet, though.
You can do a locksmith roll, or it would be a hard strength roll to break in the door. So you'd have to roll below your half of your level, 50% of your level. Or you can do a regular strength roll to break through a window. But any loud noise, like from breaking a door or a window, is definitely going to let whoever's in there know that you are here.
I'm decent at locksmith.
Yeah,
Go for
I'll
it.
give it a shot.
Let's try. Oh,
Ooh,
no.
Do you want to push that roll? These Canadian locks are different from the American locks that you
Yeah,
practice.
so different. Come on, guys.
Yeah!
Okay. The door yields to your efforts and your technique, and you end up inside the house. Now, the ground floor, room C is the main room. This is a living area. The room has a few bookcases with mostly religious texts. There's a few pictures on the wall of the YMCFC and a group of young men out front, a nice black and white photograph. There's a large cross that is on the wall as well, and a small stuffed chair with a little end table, and on that end table there's a glass with a little bit of liquid in there. It looks like it's scotch, with maybe had some ice in it that has melted. It's very dilute scotch. There is a kitchen just ahead, or stairs that go up.
Gesture to the stairs.
Guys, go up the stairs.
I think we
Yes.
have to. Yes.
When you get up to the second floor, the stairs go up and then make a 90-degree bend. There are two doors that lead into bedrooms. They're both shut, but you've got two doors there.
We hear anything coming from either door?
Give me a listen roll.
Ooh.
Do you want to push that? To push
Yeah,
that,
mine-
you would have to press your ear right up against that door.
Ooh, good one.
Nice.
Nice. As you press your ear up against the roll, you hear a curious sound. It's the sound of a serrated saw cutting through something
Yeah.
hard, like a hand saw just
So
scraping.
I gesture
through.
desperately to that one, but I do the, the throat thing, so. As in, I think it's too late for Pierre, but. And I stand back from the door because I'm 66 and I'm not going through there first. Well, I do get my derringer ready though.
What is Professor Jebediah doing?
Yes, well, if Millie motions or makes these hand gestures, he will cock the hammer on his 38 and he will kick the door near the lock to break the door open.
Nice. Was anyone else doing anything before we charge into the room?
Marian has her knife out. She is also ready.
Perfect. Let me just move some people here. And so you charge in. Millie, you're standing by the door. Where is Arthur and Gerold? And I'm going to assume Marian is near Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Gerold was sort of like waiting as like a see if anybody sneaks up on us.
So were you downstairs or did you go back upstairs?
Yeah, he's downstairs.
Okay, I'll put you maybe here by the stairs. What about Arthur?
I think I would be maybe at the top of the stairs.
Okay, by Marian.
Yeah.
Gerold, you can smell something coming from the kitchen as you're down here, and it's a strong smell. Give me either science, chemistry, if you have it, or you can do intelligence. You just need to get a hard success on your intelligence roll.
He does not have chemistry, no, but he's a smart boy.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Okay, extreme success. You know that smell. It's chloroform. You can smell the vapors from that. You know that it's very strong enough to render someone unconscious. And you open one of the cabinets in the kitchen, and there is a bottle with the cap off of chloroform. There's also a foul smell coming from the sink. Give me a first aid roll.
Oh.
Nice. There is clumps of clotted blood in the sink. It has not been cleaned out properly. There's streaks of old black blood swirling around the drain. And that smell, whatever has been washed down that sink, has not pushed through the trap and is just putrefying in the pipes just below the sink.
The charity really should have done a few more house inspections on this man.
Jebediah, as you charge into the room, you see Father...
I'm not charging it. I'm going to kick the door down, then I'm going to step back. Yes.
Then use Millie as a human shield. As you
got the derringer up.
As you kick open the door, you see Father Dubois. And he is standing over a table. This is the room where Father Dubois does his work. It's undecorated and has an unshuttered window to the south and east wall. There's a large wooden table in the center of the room with a smaller workbench beside it. The table's surface is heavily scarred and stained a reddish-brown color. There is a corpse tied to the table, missing the top of their skull and brain. This is Pierre. Give me a sanity roll, Jebediah.
Oh, good one.
You will lose 1 for that. Then anyone else that enters the room will have to make a sanity roll.
I would have seen him from the door, surely.
Yeah, I think Millie would for sure see that. You would see that table.
Yeah. Phew.
You will lose 1 as well, Millie, so if you'll reduce your sanity by 1. The workbench has a blood-stained saw, and on the floor, directly beneath the head of the table, is a discolored bucket used to collect blood. There is a second bucket next to this, which holds the scalp and upper skull of Pierre. And in Father Dubois' left hand, he's holding the brain of Pierre, a great pink, pulpy mass that's oozing through and around his fingers like firm gelatin. He looks at you and smiles and casually walks over to the corner of the room where Jebediah, give me a spot hidden roll.
All right. And as he's moving, can I aim for a kneecap?
You can.
Yes, I think I would try to shoot him as well.
You can spend luck on that, Jebediah. And Millie, give me a shot too.
It's my handgun.
Oof.
Can I push that?
You cannot push a firearms roll. You can spend
That's
luck on
right.
it.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm so glad you did that. I don't feel as like I think it's a good call. It's always the right call. I love spending a lot of luck to shoot a guy.
Yeah, she would totally spend luck to shoot a guy.
I'm gonna have.
I mean, he's not living up to his responsibilities.
No. Jebediah, you can see he was going for a shotgun in the corner of the room. Please roll weapon damage for me. Jebediah, that's a 1d10, and for Millie, that's a 1d6. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Nice.
Quite a good shot. Dear.
If Millie gets a 6, I am...
Oh,
okay.
sadly not.
Well, he's taken a major wound.
And I was aiming for his knee. I'm hoping to just hobble him so that we can question him before turning him over to the proper authorities or whatever course of action is required.
Well, he hits the ground. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, he's pretty metal though.
I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted this one. There we go. So he does. He's not rendered unconscious, but he hits the ground, and he's laying on the ground, and that brain hits the ground, and his elbow smashes into it, and it just pulps onto the ground, like someone dropped a pie or something. And he casually reaches over for the shotgun. Let's go into an initiative order. You have rendered him essentially prone. He can't get up. His kneecap just explodes in a flurry of bone fragments and blood. If we go to the combat screen, Jebediah, you have a weapon in hand, a pistol. Father Dubois has a pistol. Millie has a pistol. Does Marian or Arthur or Gerold have a pistol, a firearm?
No.
I can call out to Marian. 45's in my carpet bag. You're very welcome.
Sure. Yeah. She'll grab that.
That'll take your action to get that gun. So next round you can have the pistol out.
That's fine.
So when you use a firearm in Call of Cthulhu, you add 50 to your dexterity score. And then we go in that order. So Jebediah, you have the higher score, and then Father Dubois will go. Now, you can, if you want to shoot him again, we can do the combat thing. So you can target him, and then on the combat tab, click on your pistol, and you can choose to do a single shot or multiple shots. And that would probably kill him, or you can try to, get him to give up and question him. But he's going for the shotgun.
Could I walk over and just hurry and grab the shotgun and pull it away from him?
That will be a fighting maneuver. So that's a fighting brawl versus his fighting brawl as he fights to keep the shotgun in his hand. So you can just target him and then do a fighting brawl, like on the combat. I think it gives you the option for for fighting brawl. And then when it pulls up the second tab, that didn't use the combat screen. He will.
That was the brawl from my melee skills under combat.
Well, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. So he will fight back. Oh, let me have him target Jebediah. And see if I can get him to do this. Okay. So you got a success, a regular success, and he gets a... Oh, no, okay, so you managed to get the shotgun away. So that'll be your move, to walk over there and get the shotgun. And you pull it out of his hand. Up next is, I think, Father Dubois. He's going to kick at your leg. So this will be another fighting brawl roll. He's going to try and kick your knee out. And so let me give him a brawl. And then on the chat screen, you can counter this because he's going to brawl against you. Now, you have the option. You can if you click on the maneuver, you can click on maneuver, or you can dodge and just jump back. So
Can I fight back and perhaps just stomp on his other knee?
Absolutely. You do have a knife, so if you click on fighting back, and then it should offer you your small knife. If you want to just stomp on his knee, that would be a maneuver. But you could stab him in the leg with your knife. Oh, okay. So it's whoever gets the higher level of success. So he got a regular success, you got a hard success. So you stomp him in the knee. Let's do damage. You've seen war. This is no big deal to you. Your fighting brawl will do, what's your damage bonus? 1d4. So it'll be 1d2 plus 1d4. Just roll a 1d6. It'll be close enough. He's only got 3 hit points left. And you're going to do at least 2 if you get, okay. Do you kill him or knock him unconscious?
No, I think if I'm just stomping on his knee, I'd imagine he might go unconscious from the pain, but I'm trying to keep him alive.
Okay. He will go unconscious. He can make a constitution roll to see if he dies. Nope, he's still alive, but he is unconscious. If you want to keep him from dying, you need to do a first aid roll. But it's not your turn. It is Millie's turn.
I think Millie is going to say to Arthur and Marian, Arthur and Marian, dears, please just pop down. If there's a telephone downstairs, can you please call the detective? I think he might like to see what's going on here, and then if I can, I will come forward and attempt to do a first aid on him.
Go ahead and do a first aid.
I mean, absolutely, you have to follow the law. So...
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
You read a book on first aid while you were at the library. In fact, several books. In fact, every book at the library on first aid.
I think so.
So you know exactly what to do. You apply a tourniquet to his leg. You check the rest of his bleeding. Make sure it's not going to be a fatal wound. Now that he's no longer bleeding out, he will be stabilized. Let's go to Marian. Your turn. There is a phone in the house. It's down in the main room where Gerold is. And we do have a contact with the police. It's Julienne DeGarmo.
Yeah. I think she will kind of scoot past Arthur then and head down to the phone.
Okay. Gerold, anything that you do specifically, or Arthur? Otherwise, I'll kick us out of combat.
Nothing, probably still take out of combat, but when Gerald heard the gunshots, he would have grabbed that chloroform and head upstairs, see if he can help. Obviously, it's under control, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah. What about Arthur?
I guess he would just linger in the doorway in case he's needed.
Excellent. Phoning the police... you're able to reach Detective DeGarmo, and he says he'll send a unit over right away. But you've got time before he returns. Do you want to search the house?
Oh, so much.
Yes.
And Arthur, Gerold, could you come over here? Help me carry him downstairs. We can have him ready for the detective.
Yes, good call. We should restrain him as well.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
There's lots of rope up here where he's tied men up on his table, so no problem finding rope. As you take him downstairs, Millie and Marian, give me a spot hidden roll.
Let's do it. Oh, it was right there.
Let me have you both push that.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to push my glasses further up my nose and have a really good look.
Whew, okay,
Oh, there we
better.
Good.
Oh,
Oh, me
okay.
too.
With that,
Nice.
in room D, over here, this is where Dubois stores his grisly trophies. The room is undecorated with bare floorboards and an unshuttered window. The only furniture in here is a single bed and a dressing table. Atop the dressing table is found a ceramic phrenology head, much like the one in his office at the center, an old tattered book called A System of Phrenology by George Combe, dated 1855, a ruler and a set of measuring tongs, and at least 5 decomposing human brains in enamel dishes. Close inspection of some of the brains reveal that certain areas have been painted black. Pieces of notepaper show sketches of the brains, with the black painted areas seemingly corresponding to areas on the phrenology head. The different notes mention surnames of Dubois' victims: Abel, Cornet, Roche, and the rest have not been filled out. Inside the dressing table are priestly vestments, a folded black jacket with a sliver of fabric missing from the sleeve, which matches that strip of fabric you found in the woods, a Bible, and a small notebook. Under the bed is a 12-gauge shotgun and a box of 24 shells. Let me give you the handout here that you find.
Well, I don't think the detective is going to have trouble finding evidence of who is to blame here.
No. So the notebook, there's a page here, and a page here. So it seems as though he has made a study of the human brain. There's a picture of like what the phrenology head looks like with different areas marked, and then his own personal notes that talks about a scripture from Job, something about a Mr. Abel, Cordet, and Roche. You also find in the house. Oh no, you did find. Okay. Yep. So that is the finding. The police arrive within a few minutes and ask what happened here. Now, seemingly a murder has been committed, judging by Pierre's now near decapitation, as well as Dubois has been shot, but he will survive. Statements are given to the police. Detective DeGarmo asks you all, and he looks at Millie and says, "What happened here? Who has been doing these horrible things to these young men?"
Well, this man here. I mean, this is his house. We heard that he that people disappeared when they went to here as part of our investigations. So her hearing that he had taken another homeless man this morning, we hurried to come to his aid, but unfortunately we were too late. However, I think you will find that there is very much evidence here to show who perhaps was also the one who ended your other bodies. This will be a great coup for you as a detective.
You have done wonderful things to assist us in this investigation. You have my appreciation, and know that the homeless folk in La Tuque will now go to bed safe at night. We will see to it that the program at the center continues for some time, but I do not know if it can stay open long term. However, these young men, it is better to live on the streets than to live like this poor fellow here, no?
Very much so. I want to speak to Mr. Abelard about this.
Yeah, in fact, that ends chapter 3, and you would return to Detroit without any information about the Migo. This seemed to be perhaps something involved, but it was clearly just a serial killer priest. If I've heard that story once, I've heard it 1,000 times. For rewards, you get a couple of things here. So, well, first of all, let's do a development phase, and we will get some improvements. Let me get that turned on. Development phase. Perfect. So if you want to do your development phase, if you open up your character, there's a little ribbon with the 2 gears. Oh, Arthur improved everything and got luck.
Nice.
And Gerold improved about half of his things. Jebediah got his brawl improved. Millie got 4 things up. Jebediah did not get luck. And Marian did get luck. Did Millie get luck?
I don't know. I just thought I'd hit it, but I'll do it again.
Oh, Occult went up by 10. He's gonna hit a 66.
Excellent.
Wow.
Nice jump in luck. Now there will be some more rewards here. For stopping Dubois' gruesome experiments, you get an additional 1d6 sanity points. For discovering why Dubois was murdering people and proving that the Migo were not involved, that's an additional 1d4 sanity points. And that's it. So roll those, then add that to your sanity.
Ooh, I get 6. And then a D4.
Yep.
I got more sanity than I started out with.
Nice.
Excellent.
Awesome. So that ends chapter 3. When we meet up next time, we will have gone back to Detroit to report to Michael Abelard about what happened here, that it was not the Migo, but was a deranged priest, Maxime Dubois. And then it will be time to return to Cobb's Corners to see if Michael Abelard can draw out the Migo, and we can end that threat to the region for once and all. Any questions before we sign off? Awesome. Well, everybody, I had a blast. This was fun. This is an optional side mission, and a lot of people don't do it. They're like, it has nothing to do with the story. I think it's awesome because it's an absolutely perfect red herring, and it's not part of the story, but it's just a really cool encounter and cool, especially role playing. Like, that was super creepy for me.
Yeah. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed that. There was another optional one at the end of chapter 3 that I didn't do because to me it seemed kind of silly. This one seemed more fitting, so I wanted to throw this one in. Awesome. Well, I will get the video posted here in just a few minutes. I'll leave the server up for about an hour or so if anyone wants to work on their characters' backstories or anything. Otherwise, I will see you all in a week. Thanks, everybody.